Buenos nachos, buenos nachos, and buenos nachos. Buenos nachos, and welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be revisiting this 3DO console, and we're going to be performing two modifications, upgrades, and or refurbishments, if you will. The first one's going to be replacing the internal battery. The second one, we're going to be installing an RSA patch BIOS that also includes the Kanji characters for those Japanese games that require it. Without further ado, let's begin. Probably ought to get caffeinated before we begin. Refreshing.
I purchased these batteries from DigiKey, but you can probably find them somewhere else. As you can see, it's only 3 pins that you need to desolder from the board, and they just pull right through. If one of the holes doesn't clear, then you can use some desoldering wick. I'd probably recommend you clear the holes anyway. And it goes in just like that. You can anchor down 1 point or anchor down all 3. It's your preference. And there you are. Looks pretty nice.
And now that we've replaced the battery on this console, the next thing to do is, of course, install that fancy new BIOS. And I believe this to be the culprit right here of our limitations in this console. No Kanji characters and, well, locked down with RSA. Well, we'll take care of that. And we're, of course, going to be using our X-Giku. I assume that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. I'm told that any of the 29LV160 family can be used.
And here is a website with more information on how to perform this modification. And now we're programming the chip. You don't need to use the same programmer that I'm using. I'm sure you can find something cheaper.
We've just finished programming the chip, and now it's time to remove the BIOS that is obstructing all of our progress inside of the console. We're going to remove this guy right here, and we're going to be using good old-fashioned hot air. Maximum heat, maximum temperature, because we don't want to be here all day. All right, looks like we're probably close to being there. And we're just going to make some passes. You don't want to stay on the same spot for too long. And there we are. You'll want to keep that chip in a safe spot in case you make a mistake. We're going to turn this noisy bastard off. And we just got our vacuum going. Ooh, that coffee is kicking in. Those shakes are starting to happen. As long as we don't violently start shaking, we'll be okay. All right, these pads look like they're prepped just enough. I don't want to, but I'm going to clean up this flux residue. I'm going to use this new secret chemical right here to clean up the flux. This blend is made out of sugar juice, all natural raw cane, and acetone. Of course, it doesn't have sugar juice. All right, that should be good enough. Now to determine the orientation and the other things that we need to do to this BIOS chip. And we'll just go ahead and tack down a couple of these legs. All right,
Go ahead and use some good old-fashioned Flemmix, also known as flux. And we're going to add a little bit more soldering to these legs. A quick swipe on these legs should be sufficient enough to get them to attach. You can always rake the legs to make sure that they are adhered. We're doing that with our dental tool. Looks like we're good. If I'm not mistaken, the next thing we need to do is set the reset line high. And this pad right here goes to this leg, so it doesn't matter. And I guess we could afford to add a little bit of flux.
Do you have a console in need of repair or modification? Do you not have a console? Don't fret, we offer repairs and upgrades as well as refurbished ones. For more information, fill out the contact form on our website, nixelectronics.com.
I'm not sure why the leg right there is just not getting solder. It's really strange. Well, that'll do. And we're just going to wrap that around this IC. And we're going to tack the other end right here to this very last line. Alright, I think that'll do. Let's go ahead and clean this up. It probably could use another round of cleaning, but I think that'll do for now. We'll go ahead and power this console up. Well, at least we know a regular game works. What about a game that's not supposed to run on this console? One that was strictly for the arcades only. That, of course, would be Shootout at Old Tucson. Now on a regular console, it would shoot out the disc and wouldn't even try to load it. Looks like it's loading it here. Now we do have text on screen, resetting gun alignment or something like that. Now that we have this game running on this console, we unfortunately don't have what we need to actually play this game. Quite the shame, and it's my understanding that the zapper will not work either. Maybe someone in the future will have some kind of a patch, that way we can use controllers and the zapper with this game. I'd butcher his name if I tried to pronounce it, but there's an individual on a forum that has made all of this possible by figuring out the RSA patching. You can go ahead and check out the details down below. I don't have a Japanese game with kanji to test out the fonts, so we're going to have to leave it at that. That all said, this concludes this video. If you found this video helpful or useful, please remember to leave us a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until next time.